We've redesigned our orientation process entirely. We used to go from an orientation with 300 students in a large auditorium with people on stage talking about parking regulations, the dress code, general college policies, and the students would be bored, texting, sleeping, not paying attention. And with a group that's that large, it's hard to maintain their attention for a long time. And so we've broken this orientation up, given students more information on the front end, and having a pre-orientation module that covers those policies. And the students have to go through the module, pass an assessment with a certain score, and then they can register for a face-to-face orientation session where they hear from a current faculty member about faculty expectations. They learn about academic advising from an advisor. They hear from a student about what the student wished they had known when they first came to Guilford Tech. And then they meet with a faculty member who is an advisor in their program of study, get a 2-semester plan, and we're going to extend that out as we adopt more software into the full program plan. They learn how to use WebAdvisor to register themselves, and if they attend an orientation session during a registration period, then they do go ahead and register themselves. They learn how to use their email. They learn more about accessing Moodle, our course management system, and then they take a campus tour. So the time that we have with students face-to-face is more meaningful and productive for those students.
We put in a call center over this last year and a half, so that now all calls that come into the college are fielded through this call center. But many questions that sometimes students have about financial aid can be answered in a short way through the call center, leaving time for our financial aid advisors to work one-on-one with students that are really in need of that kind of help. So it's that sort of thing that we tried to figure out, how can we make the time we spend with students, first of all, make sure we've got the right students that need the most help so that we can spend more time with them and help them in a better way.
We were able to do some things with orientation. That orientation was working, we liked it, people were going, but then we had some freedom to play with it and, well, I think make it better. We had borrowed an idea from Austin Community College, kind of this pathway map, and used it as kind of the basis of how we guided students to their first steps. And then the other day I was showing it off, and our map, and they said, well, where'd you get this idea? I was like, oh, Austin Community College. They're like, well, what's theirs look like? And I went to their website. Theirs looks like ours now. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. The sharing of ideas. We asked them, they knew we were doing it, and then they kind of came back to ours and went, oh, I like that. And they've kind of spun theirs our direction. And I think just from feedback from high school counselors, students, they love the fact that we've made things more lined up. You start here, you end here, and we're talking about the end, we're not just talking about the beginning.